Hey, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of Lifestyle Today. I'm Justine Santinello. We're officially in spooky season, one of my personal favorites. So this month, we're going to have plenty of ideas to help you guys celebrate Halloween. But before we get to that, we still have some fall essentials to show off, tips for you on how to adjust to your new routine, and of course, some new shows to watch. Now, one that I wanted to highlight is The Other Black Girl. It's based on the New York Times bestseller, and director Mariama Diallo is joining us now to tell us more about the show. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. I'm super psyched to be here with you.
So, for anyone out there who hasn't seen the show yet, can you tell us a little bit about it with, of course, not giving too much away?
Absolutely. So, The Other Black Girl is a Hulu series. It's adapted from a New York Times bestseller, and it follows Nella, who's a young Black woman in the publishing industry. And she's the only Black woman in her office until the other Black girl is hired. Her name is Hazel. She seems great. She seems cool. She seems like a friend. And things begin to go left from there. And Nella starts to question if there's something going on in Hazel's motives and if there's anything sinister afoot in her office.
So, you mentioned that the show is based on a bestseller. How do you feel that the show compares to the book?
The novelist Zakiya Dalila Harris is a co-creator of the show. She's heavily and intimately involved. And the show is 10 episodes long. We have a lot of time to explore certain avenues that weren't necessarily explored in the novel. So I feel like the show, in many ways, expands on the novel, and it deviates in a few different ways from some stuff that happens in the novel, but I think in a way that will only be fun and exciting for any readers and fans of Zakiya's work.
So, the show has been described as a satirical thriller by some people. Would you say that that's a fair way to describe the show? And if not, what do you think would be a better description?
I think that it's a very complicated question because the show is a true genre mashup. There is definitely satire. There are some thrilling slash mystery and possibly sci-fi elements, but there is also drama. I think that at its core, we're really examining a character who feels fleshed out and who feels real and isn't wacky. So satirical thriller is a good jumping off point, but I think that after somebody has seen the show, they would start adding other qualifiers onto there as well.
Now, you act as director of the series. Can you tell us a little bit more about your role?
Yeah, so I directed episode 1 and episode 9 as well. So as the director of the first episode, I was in the really lucky position of being at the helm of creating the visual look for the show, helping design the sets, and cast the actors and decide wardrobe and really kind of establishing what the show looks and feels like, which is, as you can imagine, it's a complete dream to be able to be so creatively involved really at the beginning of the process.
Okay, now you mentioned casting. We've heard amazing things about Ashley Murray's performance. What was it like working with her?
Ashley is truly a dream to work with. She is an incredibly serious actor. She really takes her work seriously. And, so much of what we're doing on the show is a little funny or it can be even a little campy. But at the core, we were working with a cast of very, very talented dramatic actors. And I think that that's always important when you're working in a satirical kind of space because otherwise things can become ridiculous very quickly. So, although the characters find themselves in some fantastical situations, the actors really keep it grounded and they keep it real. And nowhere do I see that more than in the case of the character Hazel, played by Ashley Murray, or Nella, played by Sinclair Daniel.
Now, of course, we don't want to give anything away, but it does seem like there could be a continuation of the story. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like we could possibly see a second season?
I definitely feel as if there is enough story material and definitely talent in the writer's room for there to be at least a season two. And I would love that, even just as a viewer. I think that there's so many more fun directions that they can go.
Okay, so if they do, would you come back as director?
Absolutely. I would love to. This was truly an incredible experience. And working with the people in front of the cameras and behind the scenes was just amazing. They're all my friends now. We
Yeah.
are on a group chat.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, when we get back, we'll have our first in studio guest of the day. Don't go away.